difficulties. So this morning, because we have a dream team in this community, we've come together and we've put together something really quickly that if you were with us through COVID, you might remember. Now, just let the Memorial Day theme pass away and focus your attention on the Veterans Day portion of it, as it is a last-minute huddle and scramble and go team.
Do you know how much you matter? Do you know that you are loved? Do you know you've made a difference in the lives you've touched? All the times you felt unworthy in the darkness of your soul, all the lies you've told yourself, just let them go, 'cause you matter, you matter. I can't imagine all you've been through, 'cause I've not walked in your shoes, but you will always have my heart, and I see you. You matter. You've touched, 'cause you matter, you matter, you matter, you
Good morning, Unity of Wichita. Wow, that was very powerful. I am Patty Yoon, and I will be your platform leader today. We have with us Brian on sound, Jessica on video that pulled that together so quickly. Samantha Jones will be sharing today's message, and we have with us representatives of the Wichita Chorus Sweet Adelines Forte Quartet. Let's give them all a hand. Our greatest desire is that you're inspired by the music, the message, the meditation. You are a blessing to us. Every month, we celebrate one of the 12 powers that our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, identified and discerned to be within each one of us. The power of this month is the power of elimination. The color is brown, and it's Veterans Day. Tried to work it all in. And with the power of elimination, that is the power to release, to remove, to deny, to denounce, and to let go. So with the power of elimination, let's say our mission statement together. Inspiring spiritual transformation as a vibrant, diverse, and inclusive community. And with that same power of elimination, let's say our statement of being together. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. Now is the time to silence your cell phones as we welcome our first-time guests. If you are here in the sanctuary for the first time, reach now to the back of the seat in front of you. There's a gift. You can fill out the form that's on the front and put it in the offering plate when that comes around. Your presence is your gift to us. If you're at home online, Facebook, YouTube, you could just put in the chat box that you're new and go to our website where we have ongoing and upcoming events. We would love to see you in person soon. We would also like to really honor any veterans that are in the sanctuary today. Please stand now as we honor you with a round of applause. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much. And we will now bless everyone who is connected here today. Unity is a worldwide ministry dedicated to the ongoing awareness of the Spirit within all. We invite you to consider our teachings wherever you may be on your spiritual journey and gently release the rest. We will now bless everyone who is connected here today. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ as you, just as you are. Amen.
What an adventure we're on. Thank you so much for just going with us as we pivot and we move. Every thought that we have is a prayer, isn't it? So we could have really stressed out and been afraid when Huron was absent this morning. But instead, we said, we know we have this. We know that we can move through it. So I invite you to join me in holding that prayer of knowing. Knowing the love and the comfort that comes when we embrace and come to the understanding that God is everywhere completely present. And as we hold that knowing, I invite you to hold Vicki Howard in your prayers as her father made his transition earlier this week. And we hold for her and her family the knowing that this is not goodbye. It's simply a transition. And they, in their hearts and minds, stay connected with their Father. And so I invite you to call upon the awareness of the God of your understanding. That sacred presence that envelops you with the warmth, the safety, and the peace that can only come from the divine. We hold in this moment the knowing that all people on this earth, in our presence, and in our hearts and minds, are enveloped in this same caring love. We affirm in this moment the power of strength, understanding, and peace. And as we hold those prayers that are sacred in our hearts and minds, unspoken in this moment, we know the truth of substance and absolute presence of God for them now in the moment of silence. We lift up all those who have served our country in times of peace and in times of war. We know that you too are this blessed being sharing this beautiful life with all of us. We are so very grateful, and in the name and the nature of the Christ that is all around us, that is within us, in the name, the nature, we say together, and so it is. Amen. So this morning we have something special, and I'm very excited to welcome new members to our community. So as I call your name, I would invite you to come up. Don't be scared. Just come right on up here. Walk past Patty. She has something special for you, and then we will go through the process of welcoming you to our community. So I'd like to welcome Allison Brooks, and I'd like to welcome Allison Brooks and her mom, Margie. Margie Hickman, is that right? Kitzman. I always get them mixed up. Sorry about that. And then, of course, Wendy Prater. Welcome. Yes. And so I'll just have you ladies come right on over here. Yeah. So I would like to invite the Unity community to bless me and them. Bless them with me. It's been a wild ride, you guys. So you'll see on the screen, these ladies have taken the class. They have completed the covenant with Unity of Wichita, and these are some of the things within that covenant. I understand and align with the basic teachings of Unity. I understand that Unity is based on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. And we together as a community, please, I invite you to join me. We behold the Christ as you. They also committed to co-creating with God the ongoing dynamic life of Unity of Wichita Church, that they will help Unity expand, and as many as my community thrives, it blesses and serves thousands of others like me. And we love and celebrate you. And finally, as a member of Unity of Wichita, I honor the Spirit in me and the Spirit at work as our congregation. Welcome to Unity of Wichita. And it's my pleasure to welcome the Quartet Forte, featuring our very own Karen LaForce.
Does not know God, for God is love. God is love. Love bears all things, God is love. With God is love. God is strength. God is God. Love the Lord. God is love. With God is love. For God is God. Love is God. God is love. God is love. God is love. God is love. For God is love. God is love. God is God. God is love. God is love. God is love. For God is love. God is love. God is love.
Good morning, good friends. In this sweet, soothed moment from the blessed harmony gift we were just given, let us settle into our seats. Settle into the one that comforts you. If there's one near you, one in your mind, one in your heart, feel the comfort. We have 3 affirmations. As you rest your eyes, I'll say one, and you can repeat after me. I am opening up. I am opening up. I open in sweet surrender. I open in sweet surrender. I am the luminous love light of the world. I am the luminous love light of the world. And we breathe in light, the luminous light that is inescapable. For where you are, God is, and there is light. Where you are, your body also is. And our senses can experience times of a darkness. Darkness only as in silent, void of light, but comfortable. For even in the darkness, there is a fruitful darkness. And so in the times when we release and choose to surrender, surrender. Let the blank slate be the fruitful darkness. Breathe in and out with the knowing of the order of the divine that you blossom in your time. You are perfect. You are willing. And you are ready to receive. We open, surrender, and receive so that we can shine that light as we are perfectly human and perfectly divine. And so in the vein of this calm, soothed atmosphere, going between silence and music, we can add some more to close our meditation. I'm going to sing our affirmations 3 times. And if and when you know the youth and family song, or you're ready to sing along, I encourage you to do so from the comfort of your zone. I am opening up in sweet surrender as the luminous love light of the world. I'm opening up in sweet surrender as the luminous love light of the world. I am opening up in sweet surrender in the luminous love light of the world. And we are rising, and we are rising. We'll go ahead and put a link to the song in the comments, so maybe it can help and center you when you choose to open, surrender, and receive the cues. It's the name and the nature of the Christ light you shine. We say together, and so it is. Amen.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world, wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see trees of green, roses too.
Well, that was just a treat. Thank you. My goodness. One of my favorite things about barbershop quartets and that kind of a cappella music is that it makes you just appreciate the instrument that you have in your body. You appreciate this wonderful gift that we have in our bodies, our voices, our ability to live and breathe and move in this world. Thank you. My goodness. Did you guys see that that the Sweet Adelines have been performing for 71 years? I don't know if you read that or not, but that's exciting. I did not know that. So if you want to catch them, I saw that. Botanica, December 6th, right? All right. So there you go. So good morning. Last week, I gave y'all a challenge. Who did it? Anybody? Raise your hand. Oh, I see some people just... I might have. So we talked about forgiveness. Forgiveness out here in the world, forgiving those people who have hurt us or caused us pain, anger, resentment, all those things that we tend to carry around. And I shared with you a link to Bob Sima's Ho'oponopono. And so it's, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And it's this chant that you just keep repeating it, right? So it's this beautiful circle. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I just love Bob Sima's version of that too. I sing it all the time. And what I find really beautiful about this is the circle of it, right? This movement of the circle, because that's what everything is. Everything's moving in this circle. Have you noticed that? Everything in nature. The wind at its highest capacity moves in a circle. Water moves in a circle. Our lives move in these cyclical cycles, right? These circular cycles. Fibonacci spiral, anyone? Yeah. All around us, it's going in these circles. And so this week, I'm going to share with you a song by Native American Coyote called The Circle of Life. And it's this quite moving Native American drumming and flute that includes a native prayer about this power of the circle. So I invite you to look for that and remember this cycle of forgiveness. We have, of course, we wanted to honor the veterans that were celebrated earlier today, very unexpectedly. Not the way that we did it. We were planning to support them and love them. But because of these cycles and this topic of forgiveness, I felt it important to mention that so often we're finding, especially with this younger generation of veterans, that there's a higher rate of suicide, PTSD. And I wanted to take this opportunity to just bring that into your awareness so that you can hold them in your hearts and lift them up in the knowing that they are whole. They are complete. And if they need help, they can dial 988 and then press 1 for VA specific support. So I wanted to make sure that was out there. So this week, we are talking about open spaces. And when I came up with these two talks, the F word, which one is that? Forgiveness, that's right. And if you thought anything else, that's on you. Sorry. And open spaces. And I thought, open spaces, that's really one of those things that you see in real estate, right? And of course, Matt Lilly's here today, and I don't mean to call you out, but when I was practicing this, I thought, man, I'm so glad Matt hasn't been in the building because he'll make me nervous because of his real estate experience, but here you are. Thank you. So when we're talking about real estate, so often we talk about open spaces, right? Having these open spaces to move, and we want to get away from those small corridors and the walls and the height around us, right? So the question is, what are your open spaces? Because so often we carry around all of that anger, resentment, judgment, whatever, for other people. And we talked about that last week. But this week, we're looking at all of those things for ourselves. I thought it very appropriate for Veterans Day. We have, in our experience, so many opportunities to question the choices that we've made throughout our lives, to question the decisions that we've made and the things that we've said. And sometimes those questions build up into self-resentments, and they just kind of sneak up on you, don't they? Like a development right behind you. One day they're not there, and all of a sudden there was this huge crew, and that building went up in a flash. Right? You've seen it. See? Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's brick by brick by brick. And the next thing you know, you're driving down Kellogg and there's a new brick wall, right? I want you to see this because this is the kind of space that we create within ourselves, isn't it? We create this space of self-judgment. All of a sudden, we maybe it's that time that you said something unkind, but you didn't mean to, but you thought about it for 3 years. Ever done that? I see some heads shaking. And maybe it was to a perfect stranger. I've done that before too, where I thought, boy, I bet they thought I was really angry. And I'll hold on to that. So as we explore this, what we're looking at is Matthew 18, 21 and 22. We talked about this last week, but we're going to go a little bit deeper. So unity, of course, you know that unity does metaphysical Bible interpretation. And this is the practice of looking at what's written in Scripture and going a little deeper, looking beneath the surface to see what it is. What is the message for me in my life? Because it's going to be different for me than it is for you, right? But I'm hoping that through today's message, you can start to kind of develop your own understanding of what is being brought forward in this moment. So Peter came to the Lord. So this is Peter coming to Jesus, and he says to him, Lord, if another member of the church sins against me, how often should I forgive? As many as 7 times? And Jesus said to him, not 7 times, but I tell you, 77 times. And some translations say 7 times 70. So when we start to explore this on a metaphysical level and we look into the deeper meaning of Scripture, we can come to this understanding that Peter represents the power of faith. The faith that you have, that you know what you know, and the faith that God is always with you. The faith that you are never alone, you are always supported. And the members of the church, we know who the members of the church are, don't we? They're men, women, and children. And when we look at men, women, and children metaphysically, we know that men are considered the thought, the thinking nature of ourselves. The women are our feeling nature, right? And the children are those immature or underdeveloped thoughts and feelings. So when we start thinking about faith coming to our Christ self, right? To that presence of God that's here within us, our power of faith is coming forward, asking about these thoughts and feelings that are sinning against us. And sins, of course, we know that that doesn't mean that you're doing something really terrible and therefore you will be smited. What that means is that you are not holding the awareness of oneness with God. You are missing the mark. You're in erred thinking because you can never be separate from God, but we sure can trick ourselves into thinking that, can't we? So that's the sin portion, is that we are separate from God. That we are thinking those thoughts and feelings that pull us and tear us ever further from God. And to forgive, Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of the Unity Movement, says that to forgive is an action and a process of giving up false thoughts and feelings, giving up false beliefs, instead holding firm to the truth. And the truth being the absolute, the substance that is the principle of God. And finally, of course, we move on to the number 7, which, if you guys remember from last week, 7 in many cultures is understood to be that number of wholeness, of completeness, that you are coming to a full circle. There it is again, that circle, that cycle of life coming together, isn't it? So when we start considering if we're carrying any unforgiveness for ourselves, I invite you to just kind of close your eyes for a second and just go to your open space. Just the open space within yourself. And are you holding any unforgiveness? Words that were said in anger or discord? Mistreatment of yourself or another? Violence? Abandonment? And now I ask you to look around and see, do you have sparkling gardens? Brilliant water flowing? The sun sparkling from each wave? Is your space confined, or is it open and vast? So I invite you to take a deep breath and just come right back into this space for just a moment. As you were in these open spaces, I hope that as you started to remember that that is that open space for the presence of God, that you have the ability to move into that space at any moment by connecting into your oneness. And so let's survey the heart, the mind, and the body, that we can fully develop into these beings of pure grace, love, peace, and movement. Some of you may or may not read the e-blast, but if you do, you saw that this month's theme is to act and to give. And a lot of times when we think about Thanksgiving or November, we think about gratitude and we want to be open and express all of our gratitude and give it out. And I would challenge us that as we're practicing this self-forgiveness, as we forgive those others outside of ourselves, that we act, take those actions, call upon that inner awareness of faith, and be in the verb of forgiving. Right? Forgiving isn't just something that I did it. Well, at least it's not for me, especially for myself. Somehow all those things seem to just creep back up, don't they? So you go into this action, taking action, and giving yourself the space to be free. To be free of these ideals that are weighing you down. Be free and move and give. Give of yourself, your heart, your mind, your grace, your love. Do you feel that? Do you see the difference between letting go of others and letting go of yourself? I can't tell. There's somebody still awake here. So tell me, just by a show of hands, if you were to build your home today, would it be in a dense population or would it be in free open space? Dense population, raise your hand. Nobody, okay? That's telling, isn't it? And what about free open space? I see lots of hands. So as we consider what we have within us, we remember these truths that Jesus taught us, that we return again and again and again to forgive, to move our understanding from a place of erred thinking to a place of truth, right? Got that? Yes? And we do it to the point of wholeness, to the point of completion. 7 times 70 times 70,000. I don't care how many times it takes, right? We keep coming back. We keep affirming because Jesus showed us exactly how to do that. Did you see it? Do you remember it? That Jesus showed us how to do that again and again and again, even as his disciples come forward and shift and change through those very important days of change as he's being judged, right? Do we think that he quit loving them? Yes? No? No. No, he kept moving forward in love and grace and knowing that they are whole. Knowing that they are whole in all that they are and forgiving them. So we forgive the error and we stand in our truth, right? So I invite you to repeat after me. I stand in my truth. Oh, let's stand up. That'll feel better. So I even invite you to kind of stomp your feet a little bit. Wake your feet up. Feel them. You feel them? All right. I stand in my truth. I stand in the truth. I switched it on you, didn't I? Right? Because our truth is our own experience. And the truth is the absolute. So here we go, one more time. And I even invite you to Superman it, right? Or Superwoman, Wonder Woman. Put your hands on your hips. Really feel it. Put your hands up, whatever it is that helps you to feel. This is proven to change your brain chemistry. I stand in truth. And finally, I affirm my good. I affirm my good. Ooh, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you very much. You can all sit down if you'd like, or you can stay standing the whole time. It's really fun.
Wow, that was great. Let's give Sam a hand for that one. That was awesome. Oh, we are certainly blessed here at Unity by the music, the message, the meditation, and by love. Please consider giving a tithe or an offering this morning. Will the ushers please come forward? Obviously, we need more volunteers. Please volunteer. There we go. Oh, if you're here in the sanctuary, we love you, we bless you. If you're at home, please go now to the donations page. There's a link in your chat box to our PayPal account, our physical address, or bring it directly to the church during regular business hours, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Whatever amount you are guided to give, visualize your electronic tithe, hold it over your heart, and let's say our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing from me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. Amen.
Now is the time that we would have some really beautiful music playing from here on Barreau. But unfortunately, we don't. So, I would like to tell you a joke. Are you ready? It's the best joke you've ever heard in your life. I promise. And if that's not true, then you have to tell it to someone else to see if it's the best joke in their life. Deal? Deal. Okay. So do you know why seagulls fly over the sea? Somebody's on my wavelength. Because if they didn't, they would fly over the bay. They would be bagels. Thank you. Sorry, I apologize. But you know what's great about this moment and this space is that we are here together in service and a service of one another. You can come on up. Thank you so much. Pauletta and Rebecca, thank you. So in this moment, I invite you to raise your hands and join me in blessing these offerings as we receive them as a community, because we are all in the flow of generosity, of giving and receiving, and we, as a community, take action. We take action to allow these gifts to be put forth in spiritual transformation, inspiring spiritual transformation. Each one of us has the opportunity and the capacity to do that for ourselves, for one another, and for our community. And we are so very grateful for all that you do in your talent, your time, and also your treasure. So thank you. We bless you, and so it is. Thank you very much. And this morning, we get to welcome Mr. Wayne Donner. It sure is weird not having that backing track, because it seems like it's really taking a long time for everyone to move, including myself. If you couldn't hear, that was the Death Star march coming from.
Tomorrow night, game night, 5:30 p.m. A thank you to everyone who has already donated to Operation Holiday. We have some stuff in each of the boxes out there, so please keep that supply coming. Marty Williams' annual Christmas tree raffle begins today. I don't know whether you noticed the Christmas tree. It's just inside the gallery. Pauletta's doing double duty today, so she will be out there selling raffle tickets for the tree following service. Each ticket is $2, 3 tickets for $5.
What a deal. This is Marty's 22nd year
Is it really?
of creating a Christmas tree.
I have number 11 in my basement.
Ah, good.
I use it every year on a card table. No needles to vacuum up, and it's all cleaned up 5 minutes after everybody leaves. Can't beat it. For $2, certainly worth the chance. Thanksgiving Day dinner, yes, it will happen. There are numerous sign-up sheets on clipboards as you entered this morning, no matter whether you went into the gallery or whether you went into Fellowship Hall. You encountered those sign-up sheets, so if you are planning to be involved on Thanksgiving Day, please put your name on one of those sheets.
All 3 of them, please.
All 3 of them?
Yep.
At least one. Okay. All right. And Unity's going to provide the turkey, the ham, and the vegan option. But those options, the turkey, the ham, and the vegan option, what the church is ordering, needs to be ordered this week. So please do sign up, especially your attendance intended today before you leave. Creation Station is this Tuesday evening, and the participants will be making gnomes.
They're so cute. They're great.
Okay, am I doing this today?
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank you because you didn't set the bar very high.
You're welcome.
I'm just saying. Okay, a woman was so enthralled while hiking in the Grand Canyon that she completely forgot to be cautious and slipped off a dangerous trail. As she slipped, she managed to grasp a branch sticking out from the wall of the cliff. Please, Jesus, there is no help in sight and I can't hold on for long. Help me, Jesus, please, cried the woman. Certainly I'll help you, she heard. Just prove your faith by letting go of the branch. The woman looked down at the 300-foot drop below her and answered, could I speak with your dad, please?
She didn't know that there was this great condor that was ready to fly underneath and catch her. And so, also, I want to remind you, this Saturday coming up is Deck the Halls here at Unity. So if you want to see the beautiful Christmas trees and the glitter and all the wonderful things that make you smile, then you should come and join us on Saturday the 19th. And there is a sign-up sheet out there so that I know how much stuff to pull up from the basement so that we can get everything done. And with that, I would like us all to please stand and connect with one another, however that feels comfortable to you, whether it's holding hands or lifting hands, as we share in our prayer of protection, followed by the peace song sung by Eleanor and Sam and all of you. And so, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Creator, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Thanks. All right, people, this was fun.